Everyone lies. Some lies are harmless, but others can damage trust, relationships, and even your safety. But what if you could learn to spot a liar instantly, just by observing their words, body language, and energy? In this video, you'll discover 44 powerful signs someone may be lying. These aren't just guesses, they're backed by behavioral psychology, expert interrogation techniques, and emotional intelligence. Let's dive into the subtle and not so subtle clues that reveal the truth. 1. They avoid eye contact. Liars often struggle to hold steady eye contact. It makes them uncomfortable because they're afraid of being caught. But be careful, some trained liars may overcompensate by staring too much. 2. Their eyes shift rapidly. If someone keeps looking away, blinking too much, or darting their eyes from side to side, it may mean they're fabricating a story or trying to remember their lie. 3. Their story changes under pressure. Ask the same question later or from a different angle. If their story suddenly shifts or becomes inconsistent, it's a sign they're making it up. 4. They add too many unnecessary details. Liars often overload their story with irrelevant information to sound convincing. Truth doesn't need decoration. 5. Their voice pitch rises. Stress often causes a liar's voice to rise slightly. You might hear a higher tone when they're fabricating something. 6. They touch their face or neck often. This is a subconscious comfort gesture that helps release stress. It can mean they're nervous or hiding something. 7. They repeat your question before answering. This gives them extra time to think of a believable lie. Truthful people usually answer right away. 8. They give very short or overly long responses. Liars tend to respond with either clipped, nervous answers, or go overboard with storytelling. Both extremes can be red flags. 9. They get defensive quickly. Instead of calmly answering, they respond with irritation or aggression. They might say things like, "Why would I lie about that?" or, "I can't believe you're accusing me." 10. They avoid personal pronouns. Using words like I and me connects the speaker to the story. Liars may distance themselves from their own lie by avoiding such words. 11. Their emotions don't match their words. If someone says they're happy, but their face looks tense or sad, it might mean they're pretending. 12. They smile at odd times. A smile that appears at the wrong moment, like when describing something serious, can signal dishonesty. 13. Their body turns away from you. When someone lies, they might subconsciously point their torso, feet, or head slightly away as a way of creating distance. 14. They pause before answering simple questions. If someone has to think hard before answering something they should easily know, it's a red flag. 15. Their breathing changes. Lying triggers stress, which can cause faster or more shallow breathing. You might notice their shoulders rising as they inhale. 16. They fidget or play with objects. Picking at nails, tapping fingers, or playing with jewelry are signs of nervous energy that often come with lying. 17. They keep touching their mouth or lips. Covering the mouth is a subconscious cue that they don't want to speak, or are hiding something. 18. They use vague language. Instead of being direct, they use phrases like, "I guess," "maybe," or "kind of." Liars avoid firm answers. 19. Their story lacks emotion. Truthful stories usually come with feelings. Liars often recite events like a script, with no emotional ups or downs. 20. Their answers are overly formal. Instead of speaking casually, they might sound robotic or stiff, especially if they rehearsed their lie. 21. They keep looking at the exit or their phone. Liars often want to escape. Watch for signs they're mentally or physically checking out of the conversation. 22. They get angry when you ask for clarity. A truthful person doesn't mind explaining. A liar may snap, deflect, or accuse you of being paranoid. 23. Their body freezes. Sometimes instead of fidgeting, they go completely still, a classic fight or flight freeze response when caught off guard. 24. They use too many, honestly, statements. Ironically, the more someone says, "to be honest," the more likely they're not. 25. Their jokes seem forced or awkward. They may use humor to deflect or distract. If it feels off, trust your gut. 26. They can't keep the timeline straight. When you ask for a sequence of events, their story gets tangled or confused. Memory errors are more common in lies. 27. They avoid your questions. They may answer a different question, redirect the conversation, or pretend they didn't hear you. 28. They use passive voice. Instead of saying, "I broke the vase," they'll say, "The vase got broken." It shifts blame away from them. 29. They blame others quickly. Liars often deflect responsibility immediately, especially before you even accuse them. 30. Their pupils dilate suddenly. This is a body's response to stress. If their pupils widen at a certain moment, they may be experiencing anxiety while lying. 31. They look up and to the left. For right-handed people, this eye movement often indicates imaginative thinking. It may suggest they're inventing rather than recalling. 32. They over-emphasize sincerity. "I swear on my mother's life," or, "You know me, I'd never lie." These statements can signal guilt. 33. They speak more slowly than usual. Choosing words carefully might be a way to avoid making a mistake. 34. They speak much faster than usual. On the flip side, nervousness might speed up their talking, especially if they want to get it over with. 35. They struggle to make eye contact after their lie. Even if they began with confidence, they might look away right after lying. 36. They suddenly need a drink or break. A sudden urge to get water or step out might mean they're trying to escape the pressure. They avoid physical touch or hugs. Liars often feel shame. That guilt may show as avoidance of affectionate touch. 38. They add too many excuses. A long list of reasons and explanations is a big red flag. Truth is usually simpler. 39. They flatter you excessively. Trying too hard to stay on your good side could be a way of covering dishonesty. 40. Their voice sounds hollow or lacks emotion. You can hear the difference. Their tone feels distant, like they don't believe their own words. 41. They delay answering questions via text. If someone usually responds quickly but suddenly delays or changes writing style, they may be composing a lie. 42. They lie by omission. They technically tell the truth, but leave out critical details that change the whole meaning. 43. They contradict themselves later. They forget what they said earlier and slip up. Watch for verbal inconsistencies. 44. Your intuition feels off. When all else fails, trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, even if they seem believable, it might be because your subconscious has picked up on hidden cues. Lying is an art, but so is spotting the truth. When you learn to observe patterns, behaviors, and micro-reactions, you can protect yourself from manipulation and betrayal. Not all signs confirm deception, but the more signs you see together, the more likely it is. Stay sharp, trust your instincts, and don't be afraid to ask questions. If you found this guide helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear the truth. Thanks for watching.